Hello, I am Dr. Biju Kumar Sharma, homeopathy doctor, and I welcome to my friends to my this YouTube channels. On the practice, I want to share with you and discuss with my homeopathic friends that Organon of Medicine is an important part for a remedy selections, and everyone know that it is very important. I want to say about the Organon of Medicines, and it is very important to know every aphorisms for the homeopathic practice. Now I want to discuss the only one aphorisms of Organon of Medicines, which is follow many homeopathic doctors in their practice, and I also practice and I also benefited by follow these aphorisms. The aphorisms of Organon of Medicine is 154 aphorisms. I want to just read these aphorisms, and we'll discuss later about them. 154 aphorisms. If the antitype constructed from the list of the symptoms of the most suitable medicines contains those peculiar, uncommon, singular, and distinguishing characteristic symptoms which are to be made within the disease to be cured in greatest number and the greatest similarity, this medicine in the most appropriate homeopathic specific remedy for this morbid state. The disease, if it be not one of very long standing, will generally be removed and extinguished by the first dose of it without any considerable disturbances. So Hahnemann also know, and so that Hahnemann know, and he also practice, so that he write in Organon Medicine this aphorism 154. What he write, all of my friends know, but just I want to discuss all of my homeopathic friends that what here in this aphorism tell. Also, in my practice, I am also very benefited by follow these aphorisms, because here is say here is peculiar, uncommon, singular, and characteristic symptoms. So it is very important, and I also benefited, and every homeopathy also benefited from the aphorisms. So aphorisms or the Organon of Medicines is a guide for us, is a book who guide us how to select the remedy, how we take in case, how we follow up the case, which potency is very important to be applied after selections, when it will be repeated, and which time it will be given. Different kinds of method, different kinds of guidance are here in this Organon of Medicine. And this 154 aphorisms is very important aphorisms for our practice. Here we also know Hahnemann write the peculiar, uncommon, singular, and characteristic symptoms. In my practice, one case, just little I want to tell you, I want to discuss with you. A patient come in my clinic that his lower abdomen is burning and is pain here also, means burning pain, lower abdomen. He take different mood of treatments, but she is not benefited, or he is not benefited. Lastly, he came to me and she tell me about the lower abdomen pain. It is a burning pain, and on my case taking, just as go to tell from this aphorism 154 connected, he tell me that his lower abdomen pain, lower abdomen is pain from 1 year, and he is the pain is burning. Just when I going for case taking completed, and lastly I find 3 remedies. These 3 remedies, and these 3 remedies are arsenic, phosphorus, and sulfur. And on the thermal systems, on the thermal chapter, I go to discuss with the patients, and patients about from the patients, the thermal of the patient is silly. So arsenic, phosphorus, and sulfur I selected on my repertorations, and repertoration is very important book for us. So how we can select easily for a patient's remedy, and it is help us to differentiate the remedy also, differentiate the symptoms also, and repertory also help us to see the peculiar, uncommon, singular, or characteristic symptoms. And lastly, I think the patient is silly patients, and the best silly remedies on my repertoration I select according to burning pain. The arsenic and phosphorus and sulfur will be out, because sulfur isn't sulfur thermal is hot. So silly thermal I take the arsenic and phosphorus. My friends, my homeopathic friends, and my homeopathic senior and junior also, who see my YouTube, that the silly patients are, lastly I take the arsenic and phosphorus. Now, how can differentiate this arsenic and phosphorus? My friends, you know that arsenic also burning remedy, and phosphorus also burning remedy, and the patients take cool drinks, never take warm drinks. Warm drinks aggravate, and cold drinks better ameliorate the patients. So lastly I see on my Metra Medica also, on my experience, on my knowledge, that the phosphorus take cold drinks, any kind of diseases, and arsenic take warm drinks. So the patient, lastly I select the phosphorus remedy, and patient is better slowly within 1 or 1.5 months totally. So this is the Organon of Medicine 154 aphorisms for which write the Hahnemans in his Organon of Medicines. This follow is the magic for us. If we not follow in these kinds of aphorisms, or every aphorisms of Hahnemans Organon of Medicines, I think we not success in our practice. So Hahnemans, these kinds of aphorisms is very important, and Hahnemans here also write that the greatest number and greatest similarity, this medicine in the appropriate homeopathic specific remedy for this morbid state. Greatest number and greatest similarity. What is the greatest number and greatest similarity? Already he tell which are to be met with the disease to be cured. So the disease to be cured, here we should go for peculiar, uncommon, singular, characteristic symptoms. These kind of symptoms, if we see on the patients, or if we get from the patients on the case takings and repertorize it, and after case taking it will be repertorized, and in the repertorizations we will distinguish, we will differentiate the peculiar symptoms, uncommon symptoms of the remedy, and we should match the remedy for the patients. Which patient is arsenic, which patient is phosphorus, which patient is sulfur. It is very important for us. So in this way, if we practice in our daily life, if we practice in our homeopathic practice day to day, then I think we all will success in homeopathy, and homeopathy go high and high level for our day-to-day practice. And I think every homeopath should follow the Organon of Medicine, should follow the repertory, and should follow the Matra Medica. On my experience, I also get more seminar and attends. I already attend more seminar in my life. So I get some knowledge how the most and more greatest homeopath doing the homeopathic practice. So every greatest homeopath, who are greatest homeopaths till now live, they always follow the Organon of Medicine, always follow the Matra Medica, and always repertorize every case of a patient. So I think they will be very successful in their practice, and I also try to follow this Matra Medica, repertory, Organon of Medicine in my practice. Thank you. Good afternoon, and I will finish here this YouTube lecture. Thank you.